The title of the song is "Buy Her a Ring." It is the exactly. It is the 2024 Tejano Mundial Country Song of the Year. But these guys have won several other accolades. The 2022 Josie Music Awards Music Video of the Year, "Just a Fool," and they've got an album coming. It's called "It Was Us," and we're so glad to have the three members here of Chase the Night. Welcome. Good to have you guys here.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So let's get everybody introduced, starting with, go ahead.
I'm Nate.
Okay.
Nate.
The front man, the lead singer.
Very good.
LJ, I play bass.
Anthony, I play drums.
Let's talk about your music and how you defined it. It's Texas country?
Yes, sir. It's like sort of like definitely like a fusion of like, you know, the Nashville sound into Texas country.
Sure.
That's kind of like how we get the sound of all our own. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
So some of your musical inspirations.
Definitely like George Strait.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
You have to say King George.
You got
King
me.
George.
You got
Thank
you're
you.
in Texas.
Come on now.
For me, it's a little bit different. It's like Bruno Mars, and then I go as far as the Hano side. My dad, who played with La Mafia, you know, we grew up on that. So
Sure.
me and him were brothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's kind of like what big influence on us, our dad.
Yeah.
So you put
Tell
it
us more
together.
about that, yeah.
You put it together, and you come up with this fusion of Texas music.
Texas country.
Texas
It's crazy. It's what it is today, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Tell me about the inspirations other than the guys that you just mentioned. I mean, you guys have to work together and you come up with this unique sound. Your jam sessions when you're at home, when you're practicing, how does that come about?
Well, I mean, it's really just more like I said, like a jam. As far as like musicians, like somebody will just start playing something, and you know, other people will just kind of pick up on each
Just
other.
add it. Just keep
It's-
adding.
It's garage with short shorts and cut off shirts. And
You're giving us visuals here.
Nate just starts playing some rhythms. He starts shooting some melodies, and we just click together.
So how did y'all get together? How did you find each other? How did you start playing with each other?
We've always just been friends.
Friends,
you know?
yeah.
Okay.
We've always been close.
And as far as your musical background, how did you get inspired to start music? You know, you mentioned family. How about yourself?
I mean, for me, so it's actually kind of funny. I didn't realize that I had sort of like, I guess like a talent until I was about like in sixth grade when I wanted to try out for a band. We have like a big recital every year, and they needed someone to sing "Amazing Grace." And I just remember the night before, I was practicing in the shower. You know, because that's where all the talent. You want to get better.
In the
That's where you do
it.
shower.
That's where you do it. But anyway, so I'm spending like way too much time in there, and I guess my family's all worried about me, and so they got like their ears like pucked up to the door, and when I get out the shower and I walk out, they're just like all standing there like, were you listening to the radio or something? I was like, nah, I'm just practicing, you know. And so they gave me some encouragement, and then the next day, when I sang and I realized all the girls liked it, that's when I realized.
There you go.
That's what made you want. Hey, at least you're honest. So the name Chase the Night, how did that come about?
Oh man, that was an old group that I had back in
Just-
high school. It's just
And it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck. It's like what we do. You know, like when people come see our shows, you're gonna come chase the night. Like you said earlier, like we're chasing the night.
Yeah.
It's what we do every weekend. You know, we're chasing the night. You know, whether you're coming to a show, or you know, whatever you're doing in your own personal life, someone else can relate.
Yeah.
Like by chasing the night. You know,
Absolutely.
whatever, however you want to do it, but you chase something.
Yeah.
You know.
You got that right.
Well, what advice has your dad given y'all?
practice.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. It's
Oh my
very.
He's on our butts
Yeah,
about that.
all three of us, not just
Sure.
us two, even him.
Yeah.
Like, he's like kind of like a semi-dad to him.
That's a good.
on
That's a
that.
good thing.
But yeah, he tells us to don't stop grinding and practice. Yeah. And if
for
we
sure.
mess up, he makes sure he points it out when we get
I
home.
bet he
Takes
does.
credit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So the new album
love.
coming. The new
Yes.
album coming is
Yes.
"It Was Us." Tell us about that, real quick.
It was us. So basically, I mean, like this whole journey for us is pretty much just started with, you know, three guys in a garage, you know. Like I said, we started out as a garage band, and we had, you know, the worst equipment you could think of, but we just had three of us in a dream. That's all we had. And,
Brotherhood.
you know, it just talks about, you know, how, you know, our whole journey, how like we would go out to, you know, get whatever show that we could and play as hard as we could, no matter like what the scenario was. Like we played so many shows on like a Wednesday night in some no-name town where there is nobody there, and the people that are there, you know, are just there to be there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are going to have a big crowd in Mathis next Saturday. If you want to see Chase the Night, check them out next Saturday in Mathis for the Big Freedom Fest.
Yes,
Very
where
good.
can we find you as
All
far
right.
as social media?
Yeah.
You know, Facebook, Chase the Night. We're on Instagram, Chase the Night Texas. You can get us on YouTube,
Excellent.
wherever you get your music, y'all.
Yeah.
Spotify, yeah.
We'll be right back with more music after this. Stick around.